directors to order. At this time, if you would do a couple of housekeeping items for us, if you would silence your cell phones during the course of our meeting, we would appreciate it. And if you wish to address the board tonight, if you fill out one of the citizens communication cards, you can get that to our city clerk, and she can get that to me so you can be recognized, and we would have a record of your attendance. At this time, we'll have our roll call.
Director Roberts.
Here.
Director Harris.
Here.
Director Hollebush.
Here.
Director Brewer.
Here.
Director Jewell.
Here.
Director Smith.
Here.
Mayor Brown.
Here. At this time, we'll have our invocation and pledge of allegiance given by Director Terry Roberts. You'll stand.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, as we start our first board meeting of the new year, we give thanks for the new opportunities that this will bring to our city. We thank you for the blessings for the past year, both seen and unseen. We acknowledge our dependence on your wisdom and guidance, and we embark on 2026. We pray for our mayor, board members, and city staff, asking for your spirit to fill us with discernment, courage, and a servant's heart. Help us to learn. Help us to listen to one another, to engage in thoughtful, respectful discussions, and to make decisions that reflect justice, compassion, and love for all citizens. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. At this time, based on our city ordinance of the election of our assistant mayor, I would instruct our city attorney to read the resolution, which will be appointing Director Ulysses Brewer as our assistant mayor. After that, we'll have Judge Potter do the oath of office. Josh?
I think so. Hang on a second.
We're working on that. Whereas per ordinance number 2-2023, the successor to the position of assistant mayor is Ward 4 director. And whereas Director Ulysses Brewer's appointment as assistant mayor will have a term of 1 year. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that Director Ulysses Brewer's appointment as assistant mayor is hereby approved. Pass and approve this 5th day of January 2026.
The city attorney has read the resolution. What's the desire of the board?
Move for adoption.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts.
Yes.
Director Harris.
Yes.
Director Hollebush.
Yes.
Director Brewer.
Yes.
Director Jewell.
Yes.
Director Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes. And the resolution passes. Judge Potter?
Congratulations. If you'd raise your right hand, repeat after me, filling in your name, your name after I say the word I.
I, Ulysses Brewer,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Arkansas,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Arkansas,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge
the duties of Assistant Mayor,
the duties of Assistant Mayor,
so help me God.
so help me God.
If you'll just sign right there.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Be careful what you wish for.
I will.
Okay, at this time, we'll move right on into our citizens' communication time. First is David Peavy.
I'll have it for agenda item.
You planned it for an agenda item. You don't want to address the board during here. You know, we realize if we do not get to a third reading of that particular ordinance, you won't have an opportunity to speak.
Yes, I do want to speak.
All right?
I do want y'all to know that, David PV, 105 Olive downtown, I do believe that you guys are looking at it wrong. I've expressed that before. It was read to me last time that it was a honor to come before the board, a privilege, and that is partially true, yes, it is, but citizens have a responsibility to come up here and speak to you guys. You guys have a great staff, city staff, but they're only showing you 10% of the wide picture. The only way you can see the big picture is know about a person living across town in this direction, over with water coming up in their house, or you're making ignorant decisions because you're not given all the facts. So you need those facts. So we get back to the Bible. The Bible is written in Latin. A lot of lawyers say, hey, they have to go to the priest to hear the Bible, so why don't we do all that in Latin, and then people have to pay us to come hear what the law is. So that came to a thing called IE. This means this. Your ordinance that you have in place that you are up here doing things by say a vote. Do we all know what a vote is? Yay, nay. Call the roll. That's a vote. In your ordinance it says action, i.e. vote. I.e., if you look it up, it says the same thing. It is not the last vote. How do you know that if you guys have to come out there and say, okay, emergency clause, we're going to vote on that's the only thing that action is? No, it says a vote is equal to an action. Action equals vote. That is in your ordinance that you live by. That is, so if I get out there and...
Well, I'm not sure what your point is, but you're, I'm assuming, making the point about not being allowed to speak prior to the board voting for something. That's what citizens' communication time is for. And if we allow those type, and that is not an ordinance, that is in a board procedure that is followed by state statute. And that is being voted on again tonight on the consent agenda on what our board procedures are. But to me, for the almost 8 years now that I've been mayor, we allow citizens' communication time for citizens to communicate. And I'm not taking your time, I'll give you some more time, but I'm not sure what your point is outside your complaining about an opportunity of not to speak before a ordinance or resolution passes. And you are given that opportunity if an ordinance, before an ordinance becomes law, becomes passed. There is an opportunity to speak, but there's also an opportunity for any citizen to speak every meeting, 5 minutes, to up to 50 minutes per meeting, 5 minutes allowed. You can get longer than 5 minutes if a board member's 2/3 of the board votes allow you to continue. So I'm not sure what your point is that you feel like that we're chiding you of an opportunity to pass something because our staff's not giving us all the information. I get calls all the time about stuff that's on the agenda prior to the meeting.
I do too.
So I'm just trying to figure out what your point is.
May I ask?
Yes, go right ahead.
What I would like to know is, I think I have idea what he's getting at, and when I ran the meeting last year doing the ordinance, I didn't wait till the third reading. I think I just said, if anybody want to come and speak, right when the person who presented the ordinance came and said that. But then again, I would like to see, I don't know where's that in writing saying that we had to wait till the third reading before we allow somebody to speak, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, why don't we let him go ahead and say what he wants to say,
I'm
then we
assuming
have
that's
some
what you're
questions for
getting
him.
at.
Thank you, Alan, because if I wasn't making myself clear, I'm looking forward to making it clear. In that same rules, ordinance, whatever you want to call it, it says citizens are to communicate, the dogs bark and the trash can's knocked over. But when there's an agenda item, they should not speak in citizens' communication. They have to wait for that agenda item. That's what it says in your rules.
I disagree with that, but go ahead.
It's written in black and white, and it says, i.e., action, and y'all are calling the action to be something different than a vote. If you vote to extend something to you voted to do something, that is an action. If you read it, it says, citizens, wait your turn, wait till the agenda item, don't just come up here. So we have to break the rule and talk about an item before it's even up for agenda. The agenda item hasn't came up yet. Do we need to read that further?
No, I mean, I'm not going to take the time to read it right now, but let's just get to the point. So you still feel like that for this whole time, that we should allow citizens to have input prior to voting, different from what we've done in the past?
Yes,
So
as it was,
open
as it had
discussion every
been,
time we bring something up on the agenda.
yes. So why would you not want to hear from the citizens?
There's ample opportunity to hear from citizens. That agenda is posted at least a week in advance. There's a number of things that give the citizens time.
Well, I'm going to take Mr. Peavy's side. Matter of fact, I'm going to want to discuss that on our procedures tonight. I pretty much agree, especially on the consent agenda. There, we are not giving the citizens time to address those items that are on the consent agenda. It goes directly to a vote with no opportunity for the citizens to address those items.
And they may not want to speak, that's fine, but I do think if it affects them, they have an obligation to come up here and tell you their point of view. You guys are smart guys, but when you're only seeing it from one side, there's differences there. So when you make a vote for a second reading, there should be, hey, there's some issues that we need to bring up here. And it should be brought up before you get to that final vote. And that's the way it was done in previous administrations going back to the 70s. I don't know, I wasn't here very much. I know that you're getting a different viewpoint from your legal counsel, and I love him, he's great, I appreciate him. But if I get arrested down there, I'm going to say that this law was illegally made, and I'm going to try to get it overturned in court. That's how I would approach that. Not that I was going to get arrested for anything anyway, I'm going to do what's right. Anyway, thank y'all for your time. I'm hoping y'all would go back to at least saying, is there anyone has anything to say about this before we go and boom, 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 and get rid of it all the way to the end, and, oh, we gave them a chance to talk at the end. No, y'all have to make a decision all the way through. Once you're informed, you're not ignorant, and you won't be in the chance of making an ignorant decision, an ignorant vote. Not saying that you're ignorant, I'm saying without facts, you're buying a car without knowing how much it costs.
Well, just for your reference, from me personally, I contacted 3 different people today concerning agenda items on this packet so that I would know what I was voting on tonight and if I needed any clarification. That's the way I operate. And so you have an opportunity to, an item that's even on the consent agenda, you have an opportunity in our procedures to have these packets emailed to you, to be text to you, to do whatever when you follow the procedures. We have a handful of people that get our packets every time they go out to us. So citizens have the opportunity to look at anything on the agenda as much time as we do.
So why would you not allow this?
We are, in my opinion, we are allowing that. I mean, there have been a handful of times that things have been pulled off of this agenda, or prior to that agenda being voted on, it gets tabled, or something else happens. So I feel like that where we're going is that we may not ever get anything passed.
That is how it was done in the past, and
I
things
know
were
how it was
getting...
done in the past. It was a circus. Some of the times it was a circus.
No, sometimes it was, but you've got, again, the mayor gets to select who gets to speak and who doesn't, or whoever the chairman is at that time.
Not necessarily. I've recognized everybody that wants to speak. I don't pick and choose.
Well, again, that controls the meetings, what I'm saying.
It does control the meeting, and it makes the meetings we're to act as professional as we can here. And you have to have professional dignity that goes along with your meeting agenda.
Agreed.
And opening it up to everything, we already opened up citizen communication time. We're one of the only municipalities that have to respond to citizens when they commute and or speak during citizens communication time.
Would
So
you-
there's plenty of opportunity for people to speak.
Would you look at what it says and go by that verbatim, please?
I understand. Anybody else? Any other citizen for citizens communication time? Anyone else? If not, we'll move into our presentations. We have some service awards. I'm told that none of these are present today. I'll read their names to be recognized for the minutes, and then we'll give them a round of applause when I'm finished. Joanne Harvey is here. I saw her in the back there. Joanne, let me get to anyone else here receiving a service award that we missed besides Joanne? All right, we'll do yours last, Joanne. Huh? Do what?
I did not know she was coming.
Okay, I'm sorry. Michael Haynes with the Fire Department, 20 years. Stephanie Nestling with the Police Department, 10 years. Catalina Rodriguez, 15 years with the Police Department. TW has the next employees. Randy Flowers, 15 years. Floyd Hayes, 15 years. Jeffrey Shields, 15 years. Joseph Tyree, 15 years. And Corey Hensley, 20 years. Y'all give them a round of applause. Is it up? It's up here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And Joanne, if you will come forward. See if I can. Towel. Probably gonna be the last one. I went from the bottom up. And this is Joanna Hervey, 25. Joanne Hervey, 25 years with the courts.
Have mercy. I don't plan on retiring anytime
Before now.
soon.
You want to do it now,
Yeah, so they,
before we start the agenda?
yeah, before we start.
Okay. Assistant Mayor Brewer has a group of people he'd like to recognize and take a photo with them. Do you want to recognize?
Yes, I want to recognize a youth group from TASD, Bright Futures. Bright Futures is a program there at TASD that work with the youth and have given us the opportunity to mentor from 4th grade to 12th grade and through college. And we have some of those young men in the audience tonight. I would like to recognize them, take a brief picture with them before they go along their way.
All right, y'all come forward. Thank y'all. Moving right along to our consent agenda, we have 4 items on our consent agenda tonight. Item number 3 is approval of the minutes of the rescheduled regular meeting, December the 16th. Item number 4 is to adopt a resolution to reappoint staff members Derek Cornett, Tracy Lee, and Jenny Narns to our Personnel Policy Committee, term of expiring January 6, 26 to 28. Item number 5 to adopt a resolution approving the Rules of Order and Procedure Act for Arkansas Code 1443-501. Item number 6 is adopt a resolution authorizing and directing the city manager to enter into a contract with RBIS LLC for the Ready Site Water Sewer Extension Project. What would be the desire of the board for the
I'd like
consent
to
agenda?
Pull 5, and now, I have a question about 6, just a quick question without having,
You'll have to pull it.
Want to put 5 and 6?
well, okay, pull 6 then.
Pull 5 and 6, so we're voting on item 3 and 4. Any other discussion? I'll take a motion.
Motion to
Motion.
adopt.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second to adopt consent agenda items 3 and 4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 3 and 4 passes. Director Jewell.
Okay, 5, our orders, procedures. Mine relates to agenda procedures, which may relate to David's, I'm not sure, but, and it's on page, I believe it's page 4 of the procedures. And it starts at, I guess it's sentence 2. It reads, however, members of the public will be offered an opportunity to speak on all questions presented to the board on that particular meeting's agenda. Now, what does that mean? Where did that come from? Do we know? What does that pertain to? So, do we need to have some kind of discussion to figure that out? Does the public here have the right to confer with us as directors on any question that we might have?
Let me say this, there is nothing that requires this board to allow the public to speak
Well, I'm not talking
about anything.
And I'm not talking about requirements of statute, ordinance, or whatever. I'm talking about these procedures.
Right,
I
and
think
it
we're giving
says-
that to there.
That they shall be given, or doesn't
Right.
say shall be offered an opportunity to speak on all matters on this agenda,
That's right.
which,
We're by our procedures, we're allowing that.
correct,
Okay, that's all I'm saying right there.
Yeah.
And that's not my main point,
okay.
but we're offering that. My main issue is with the next question, the next statement. Any member of the public desiring to speak in regard to a particular agenda item will be recognized by the mayor and given an opportunity to speak prior to action by the board of directors. The consent agenda, we go directly to a vote. No opportunity for the public to voice any concerns or anything on a consent agenda, just like right now.
Well, it's citizens' communication time they do.
No, well, but they have to come right here and do that. And no, the mayor doesn't ask them before we take a vote if they wish to vote, wish to respond to any
Let me make.
agenda item.
So, the way that I've always.
Mayor?
The way, go
I
ahead.
have.
Go ahead, go ahead.
If you don't mind, sir.
I don't.
To me, it's a simple issue to correct that, in my view, oversight. If the chairman, in this case the mayor, would simply allow the public to address each item or any of the consent agenda items if they wish to speak to those items as it comes up or as a group. To take for tonight, one agenda item, 6 in particular, is a multi-million-dollar award of a contract. I had some questions today that I called about, like the mayor. The public may have some questions, but they have to go online and look it up, take their time to know what that's about. If you read the one sentence on our agenda, that doesn't tell you much other than it's a contract. If you appear here tonight and look at that, that doesn't tell you anything. You have to take your time today as a citizen and draw it up and do some digging. Whereas, so you show up here tonight, you may have some questions, but you have to run up here, just name on citizens' communication time, and say, hey, what's this about? Da-da-da. So, but if the mayor were to ask him, if they have any questions, that affords you another opportunity. That's what I'm saying. So I think that it's in the best interest of the public at large to be given every opportunity to address those agenda items. And so I think this needs to be addressed by the board at a later date. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, every person is given an opportunity to speak, and there's a disagreement probably between David, myself, and when action is actually taken. Actions are actually votes. So prior to a resolution being passed, there would also be opportunity for anybody to comment about a resolution before it is passed. There's any other discussion, I say that at least 3 times when a resolution is even being passed. And prior to an ordinance becoming law, it has to be read 3 times. We suspend the rules and read them 3 times. We can let it take 3 meetings to pass. But prior to that, before that ordinance is adopted, there is ample opportunity. I can think of at least 2 times when that has gotten to a adoption vote that it has been tabled. It never got passed because citizens were allowed to comment during that particular ordinance's vote. So citizens, in my opinion, are given the opportunity to express their concerns, and if there are concerns that I would even have, I would not support the passage of that resolution or that ordinance. The second thing is that the consent agenda is used for everyday, pretty much operations, budgetary items that are approved. I've got the floor now.
You do.
So everyday items that the city has already budgeted for or approved, and when you take item number 6 for an example, item number 6 was a part of our rate study, a rate increase and rate bond issue that we did with the water company when there was what, Gary, 3 months worth of debate. And that item is a specific item that's attached to your bond passage to get the citizens to approve of that. It was a big part of that. So it cannot not pass. It cannot not pass. We can't retract, in my opinion, that money that was spent on there. There was ample opportunity for we had 2 or 3 workshops on the bond issue for the water because it included a rate increase. We very specifically, just as with our street study, our street projects that we just passed, we were very specific in what that money would cover and what it was paid for, and that was part of it. So they had ample opportunity to say, well, we don't think we ought to spend the money on that. If you'd pull it from the bond issue, we wouldn't pass it. So there was numerous opportunities for that. But the consent agenda is to, 1, speed up the time concerns of the meeting so that these are everyday items that the city staff has put forward that I don't know of any times in the 7 years plus now that I've been mayor that we've ever pulled anything from the consent and not passed it. It's all gotten passed. So there are procedures and stuff in place right now that we are, in my opinion, given ample opportunity for people to have input. Like I said, they get the packets, have access to our board packets and our agenda, same exact time you do. And if you're real interested in the city, go look for it. Go try to find it. But I see that there's ample time for citizens to, I would never as mayor, and I never have as mayor, ignored somebody that wanted to speak when it pertained to a resolution or ordinance when they want to say something about it. And there's opportunity for them to do that now, in my opinion.
Can I have the floor again, Mayor?
Yes.
All right, this is a resolution that we're passed on the, tonight on number 6.
We haven't passed it yet, but
We're about to, because I got it pulled. Were they asked for any comment? Was the public asked for any comment or any?
yes,
that they thought
because you have pulled it and it
Right,
becomes a resolution.
But if I had not pulled it, were they going to be asked for anybody to comment on
No.
that? Okay, you just mentioned that they would, that they were giving ample opportunity to speak on the resolution.
They've had at least 7, 8 days with that packet being distributed to us and to the public to look at that agenda and raise concerns about that, and they could have raised that concern
Mayor,
in the citizens' communication time.
I asked you a yes or no question.
Yes.
I've not yelled at the floor yet.
Yeah.
I had one, as I mentioned earlier, I had one question as it relates to this. Is there going, or right now, and this goes to Tyler.
Yes, sir.
Do we anticipate any change orders in this contract?
Oh, that's always possible.
Yes.
We don't anticipate any. We try to cover all
But
of that as
That
best
is-
we
that
can
is-
in engineering, but
That is typical of a contract of this size. Wouldn't you think so, Gary? Of a multi-million-dollar contract?
they often happen, yes, sir.
Right. And there's quite a discrepancy between the lowest bidder and the second lowest bidder, right?
950,000 roughly.
Yes. And
We had the same concerns that you're fixing to ask.
pardon me?
We had the same concerns you're fixing to ask. He left a lot on the table.
Yes. And to me, that's sent up red flags, as you just mentioned, to a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
Had more people, had the public looked at this, don't you think some people would have noticed some red flags too in that? Had the public at large, a lot of the public at large looked at, might have seen some red flags in that, had some questions?
I mean, I do. I don't know
Yes.
about everybody else. But
More than just possibly a couple of people who are sitting on this board.
Right.
So that was my statements, that if more people involved, maybe a few more red flags, maybe a few more questions. My whole ideal as a public servant is that more eyes, the better everybody is served. So that's all my question. And I just don't want to see a lot of change orders. And, okay, my last question is, change orders, if they come about, will this board be involved in having to approve any change orders?
Oh, yes, sir. Anything over 35,000, we have to bring to the board for approval.
Okay.
And to answer your question, the bigger the project, the more likely you can have them. There's a lot of unforeseen change orders, a lot of unforeseen things that could happen.
Yes.
But I can tell you right now, on this one, you're dealing with Union Pacific Railroad. There's no telling what will happen. We have the permit, we got approved, but we did on the Nix Creek, as y'all saw, and then they shut us down after they approved the permit, and we spent 9 months, and it cost us money, cost the city money. So to answer you, we do our homework, we try to make the best of it, but you can't, there's always going to be something unforeseen on the bigger the project, but for this one, the only concern for me is going to be the railroad. What will they do to us? But right now, they've approved everything as designed.
Right.
And we did talk to the contractor. He's a very reputable contractor. He's done a lot of work for us. He's very hungry. He's been calling us for months for projects because he has nothing to do. He went after this hungry because he needed the project. And because he's under even the engineer's estimate, I think it was 4.1 million. We budgeted 4.5 million. He's at 3.3 and some change. But, I mean, he's a good contractor. We've never had no issues with him, no trouble.
Okay.
And he just assured us they were just hungry, needed to work really bad. And that's why they bid it so low, just to make sure they'd get it.
Okay.
They didn't think they were going to bid it that low. They thought Camco would be closer, but that's what happened.
And again, I wouldn't have pulled it from the consent agenda, other than I had that one question about the change order. So it's the procedures that we got in place, the reason
Yes,
we
sir.
pulled it. So,
Yeah, we have to bring anything to the board for approval over 35.
yes, so I didn't have an issue with that, other than that. But I do think that we need to give the public a right to speak on everything on the consent agenda before we simply approve it, especially as it relates to a multi-million-dollar contract. So that's all I have to say, Mayor.
Any other discussion?
I have one,
Hold on. Who was first? Director Brewer.
yes, Attorney Potter, so that we're not consumed with this topic moving forward, I do have a brief suggestion. You know, I understand it's for the people, by the people, and just for the consent agenda, you know, I think if we just make the same announcement as we do for the regular agenda, any questions for or against the consent agenda, maybe if we can just make that, I know that opens it up, but I think that's what we're going back and forth on here, whether or not we're making that time available. just moving forward, so if we have to cross this bridge again. I yield my time, Mayor.
Director Roberts.
Well, I just want to, I agree with the
Yeah.
mayor on this, because prior to the mayor getting elected, the board could not respond to citizens. You had to sit up here and Director Harris knows the reason why on that. It was the prior administration that would not allow interaction between the board and the citizens. They would come up, they would speak, and all you could do was look at them. Now we're able to have some communication with them because this board passed that and changed that. And that needs to be recognized as well. This board was shut down with the prior administration and not allowed to speak to the public. And when you have that, that is not transparency right there. We do have that transparency. And I just want to make sure that that is on the record as well. I totally agree with what the mayor says. Each one of us do things different in our wards. The minute Heather or Jeannie send the agenda out, I post it on my director page, my Facebook page, and out of 108 agendas that I've got since I've been on this board, everyone's been posted, and every one of them, somebody in my ward has had a question. So it's about being responsive to the citizens in your ward and taking care of your, however you choose to take care of the constituents in your ward. But, if I don't know the answer, I've called Gary several times and called the chief several times, like, can you tell me what this is so I can better understand and talk to my constituents the same way. So, there is opportunity there, and I know that there's going to be people that agree and disagree, but the board is definitely opened up over the past several years compared to what it was between 2014 and 2018. It was locked down like a jail. That's
Director Harris.
Oh, no, I'm not.
All right. Any other director? We'll have to take these one at a time. If there's not any other discussion on item number 5, I would instruct the city attorney to read the resolution.
Whereas per Arkansas Code annotated Section 1443-501, the Board of Directors are to adopt the Rules of Order and Procedure every first meeting in January. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the attached Rules of Order and Procedure previously updated on June 17, 2024, is hereby approved and adopted. Pass and approve this 5th day of January, 2026.
City attorney's read the resolution. Desire of the board.
motion to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts.
Yes.
Director Harris.
No.
Director Hallbush.
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer.
Yes.
Director Jewell.
No.
Director Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes, and the resolution passes. If not any other discussion, item number 6, I would instruct the city attorney to read the resolution.
Whereas Texarkana Water Utilities is requesting authorization for the city manager to enter into a contract with RBIS LLC for the Ready Site Water and Sewer Extensions Project. And whereas after proper advertisement and request for bids, 4 firms submitted their bids, and RBIS LLC was the apparent low bidder with a bid of $3,315,344. And whereas the project consists of installing 10,952 feet of 12-inch water main, 7,013 feet of 10-inch gravity sewer main, 25,576 feet of 8-inch sewer force main, 15 manholes, 8 gate valves, 6 fire hydrants, 1 sewer lift station, and all associated work and appurtenances to serve the Ready site located on Highway 67. And whereas this project is included in ordinance number 22-2022 and is being funded with the Waterworks and Sewer Facilities Revenue Bonds, Series 2023. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the city manager is authorized to enter into a contract with RBIS LLC for the purposes and in the amount set forth above. Pass and approve this 5th day of January 2026.
City attorney's read the resolution. Desire of the board.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts.
Yes.
Director Harris.
Yes.
Director Hallbush.
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer.
Yes.
Director Jewell.
Yes.
Director Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes, the resolution passes. Moving into our regular agenda, item number 7 is to adopt a resolution authorizing and directing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding between the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department and the Texarkana Regional Airport Authority regarding law enforcement services at the airport. Zach?
Afternoon, Board. So the Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department and the Airport Authority, Paul Marklake, Airport Director, we've been in communication for about 6 months now regarding the staffing of airport officers at the Texarkana Municipal Airport. We have come to the understanding that they are going to discontinue using, or discontinue, they're still going to be using the same specialized police officers from the police department, but they're going to be discontinuing paying them and contracting with them directly and move to a pass-through billing process with the Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department. In addition to that, they also advised that they needed a MART unit for the airport officers to use while they are on duty. And they have agreed to a term of $1,200 per month for the use of a vehicle, which will include the police department paying for the fuel and maintenance of said vehicle. Any questions from the board?
I got one.
Dr. Harris?
What's the Section B reimbursement of personnel costs? It's,
The Section B, the reimbursement of personnel cost, we are going to bill them the exact loaded rate that it costs for the employee to work for the airport. So we pay them, the loaded rate is $20.12, I believe is what it was. It's, and we are going to bill them for $20.11 per hour that the officer works.
This
So
is the
we're
way
not,
we
we're not
used to
making
do
any
it.
money off of them. They're not.
This is the way we used to do it.
Yes, sir, this is going back to the way that we used to do this.
and I guess the reason why I was asking, I know that's kind of cheap, but why is that cheap there than other places you asking for? If they go downtown or somewhere doing the entertainment system, it's
That's-
time and a half.
That's a
So-
great question. So that,
So why is that?
one, this is not time and a half, and two, these are not patrol officers. These are specialized police officers, and their hourly rate is $18.45 an hour. After benefits and taxes and everything else that the city has to throw in, is $20.12 to,
I mean, most are
Pay that
retired
person.
and just work for the airport. aren't
yes, sir.
they? Any other discussion? If not, I would instruct the city attorney to read the resolution.
Thank you, sirs.
The City of Texarkana, Arkansas currently provides law enforcement services to the Texarkana Regional Airport through Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department. And whereas the airport has determined to discontinue employing airport officers directly on its payroll effective January 1st, 2026. And whereas the city and the airport desire to enter into a memorandum of understanding under which sworn police officers employed by the city will provide law enforcement services at the airport, with the airport reimbursing the city for the fully loaded cost of such services on a pass-through, cost-neutral basis. And whereas the MOU further provides for the lease of a marked police vehicle from the city to the airport, establishing scheduling and operational responsibilities, and outline invoicing and reimbursement procedures. And whereas the city manager finds that entering into the MOU is in the best interest of the city and promotes efficient, coordinated, and cost-effective delivery of public safety services at the airport. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the city manager is authorized and directed to enter into the attached memorandum of understanding with the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department and the Texarkana Regional Airport regarding law enforcement services at the airport. Pass and approve this 5th day of January 2026.
City attorney's read the resolution. Desire of the board.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollibush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes. Resolution passes. Item number 8 is to adopt an ordinance to amend ordinance K 286 to rezone property located at 700 East Broad from warehouse, W1 warehousing and wholesale to M1 limited manufacturing. Jamie.
Okay, this is the old Stone Studios building. And They are proposing to do a custom cabinet and woodworking shop there. We've had no opposition. Right now, it's zoned W1. We have to rezone it to manufacturing in order to put a custom woodworking shop in there. There is obviously utilities there.
Any other discussion? Any questions for Jamie? So I remind the board, this is an ordinance. To pass tonight, it would need to be read 3 times. I'll instruct the city attorney to read the ordinance in title form for its first reading.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 as amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its first reading. What would be the desire to have it read on its second reading?
Second reading, abbreviated form.
So I have a motion and a second for second reading. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 as amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its second reading. Desire to have it read on its third and final tonight.
Third reading, abbreviated form.
Second.
Let's have a motion and a second for third reading. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 as amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its third and final reading. A motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Prior to the board voting to adopt this particular ordinance, is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing and hearing none, could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, and the ordinance is adopted. Moving on to item number 9, is to adopt an ordinance to amend ordinance number K-286 to rezone parcel 00321701 located on East 9th Street from R2 Single Family Residential to C3 Open Display Commercial. Jamie?
So this is a piece of property, this is the VFW right here on 82. The Smiths own this piece of property here and this piece of property down here. We rezoned it some time ago for them to open a farm store. There was an issue with there being enough land there to support the sewer system, so they've bought this piece of parcel next to it to resolve that problem, and they're asking that it be rezoned. This is the property. As you can see, it's C3 next door to it. We've had no opposition to this, and there is no sewer out there, there is water. And the Smiths are here if you have any questions.
Does anybody have any questions of the Smiths or from Jamie?
You did say there's no opposition against that, right?
No, not even a phone call.
If no other discussion, I would instruct the city attorney to read the ordinance on its first reading in title form.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 is amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its first reading. What would be the desire to have it read on its second reading?
Second reading, abbreviated form, please.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 as amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its second reading. Desire to have it read on its third and final reading.
Third reading, abbreviated form.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for third reading. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number K-286 as amended and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its third and final reading. A motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. Second.
Let's have a motion and a second to adopt. Prior to the board voting to adopt this particular ordinance, is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing and hearing none, could you call the roll?
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Director Harris,
Yes.
Director Hollowbush,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
Yes.
Director Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes, and the ordinance is adopted. Our last item on the agenda is to adopt an ordinance amending ordinance number 20, 2019 in order to revise operating parameters for the entertainment district. Jamie.
So we had this came before you, before the board once before, and on November the 12th, we had a joint workshop with the board and the planning commission, and there was a great deal of discussion, but in the end, there were three things that everyone there came to consensus on. One was to ban the consumption of alcohol purchased outside the entertainment district. So that's not to say somebody's been fishing and they've got a cooler of beer in the back of their truck and they're not drinking it, they're okay. But you can't bring in alcohol from outside and consume it. The other one was to remove Rock House Liquor from the entertainment district. The way it was before, you could go in Rock House Liquor and you could buy liquor and you could walk out the door and drink it. So we have removed them from the entertainment district. The third thing we reached consensus on was to close the entertainment district at midnight, Monday through Sunday, or Monday every day. There was one other thing, and that was to make the city planner responsible for making sure that the entertainment district gets reviewed at least once a year. And we have set it up now to be reviewed this month. So toward the end of the month, after we've had this in place, I'll get with the chief of police and look at that. This is Rock House Liquor right here, and we're just taking those two lots out of the entertainment district.
Any other discussion?
The logic behind taking Rock House Liquor out was what? I mean,
They even said they don't even contribute to most of that issue downtown. When the gentleman sat up here and we had the workshop that evening.
pardon me?
That evening we had the workshop.
Yes.
He said that he had went to Rock House Liquor and personally talked to them. He said, how much business do y'all contribute to the sale of downtown? They went, hardly any. So if that's the case, taking them out, is it really going to resolve that? Because they're not being a part of it.
Well,
I mean, that's what it said in the meeting.
who said that?
I don't remember the gentleman's name that was leading the discussion that night.
Well,
Probably Boots.
Guess.
I mean, it probably ain't gonna hurt anything, but it isn't actually resolving anything either. If they're
Right.
not contributing,
I mean, has anybody talked to the owners or anything?
he did, whatever that gentleman's name was.
Boots, Thomas.
Well, I tried to talk to the owners, never got a response from the owners. I talked to the employees, and their comment was that the owners had commented to patrons of the store that they didn't wish to be taken out of the entertainment district. But, we're taking them out because, I mean, are there any, Chief, are there any, in your views, or what's going
Zach, you
on?
have a
with-
comment?
They'll go in, purchase the beer, and they go outside and just start drinking beer outside.
Okay, what issue is that? I mean, have there been any arrests that relate directly to Rock
No,
House?
it's in the entertainment district. You can purchase that into the Rock House Liquor and go outside and drink it.
Well, I know, but
It's law on that, it's the entertainment district.
have there been any arrests
No.
directly related to Rock House Liquor?
Not to my knowledge.
Zach?
So one of the issues that I believe that this will solve for the entertainment district is right now, we have it up, there's a lot of vacant parking lots in the entertainment district. What we're trying to try to keep is a whole bunch of kids coming down with one 21-year-old or something, going to the Rock House Liquor, being able to purchase it and consume it inside the entertainment district, because it was purchased inside the entertainment district, go into one of these vacant parking lots and just have a tailgate party. That's one of the issues that it could immediately start to try to, resolve the entertainment district was meant to drive business to the downtown district. What we're seeing largely and what we're having issues with and why we're discussing this is because largely it's become just a whole bunch of block parties on empty parking lots and in the streets. If we're wanting to encourage people to spend time in the Texarkana Entertainment District, their money needs to be spent in the Texarkana Entertainment District. Otherwise, they're getting alcohol from Super One Foods over on Richmond Road or whatever, and just drinking in the parking lot on the side of the road out of a cooler, which the ordinance, as it was originally written, does not address. If we allow them to, if Rock House Liquor is allowed to stay in, they would be able to still have these tailgate parties in the entertainment district, and at least whenever I know that somebody goes into the Wild Hare, Cody's IDing them, making sure that they're legitimately 21 years of age, kicking them out if they're not, and we know that we're not gonna have issues with underage drinking in the entertainment district. That would just bring a black eye to the entire city.
But Chief, Captain, have you seen that situation take place that you just cited?
Yes.
Well,
this is,
You could do the same thing, you could get the liquor from Party Factory or Chubby Cheeks if you have one 21-year-old with you, and then you just drive down State Line and then go in one of those parking lots. It's not necessarily saying it's getting purchased from Rock House Liquor.
That's what
so
I-
But that's the point,
The other-
point of this, is no outside alcohol can be consumed within the entertainment district. And so, as it sits right now, somebody has a half pint of Heaven Hill or, Malibu, who's to say they didn't buy it there?
Right, you're gonna make.
But now if they see it, they can say, it didn't come from within the entertainment district because there's no liquor store that sells it within the entertainment district. So it has to be purchased, and I think that's getting back to the original point, it has to be purchased from a bar, restaurant within the entertainment district.
And that was my understanding when the entertainment district was created, was to drive business to the restaurants and bars downtown. And with people that are bringing in their own liquor from outside, we're defeating that purpose.
So you can't purchase wine or whatever from any of the bars and stuff?
No.
But you could still purchase it from Party Factory or Chubby Cheeks and then drive down State Line, unless you're gonna make somebody show a receipt that said, I purchased this here or there. That's gonna be kinda hard to discern.
But you can't have it in an
But you can
entertainment
have it
district.
on, you can have it in your truck, that's what they're saying, you can have it.
But not in entertainment, but you can't be drinking.
You
But
can't
you
be
cannot
drinking.
be outside
That's
drinking.
it, it doesn't matter. You can't be drinking regardless.
David,
I will be breaking the law when I take a sip inside my apartment, by the way. I will get to it beforehand. The other thing is I wanted to, and as we bring other people downtown, it has to be addressed in some way. But also, Texas Side has an entertainment district, and it bumps our entertainment district. And I would like for that to be considered. Can you buy something in Texas and walk across the line with it? Right now, it would be no. But it was from one of the Lucille's or another place that we're looking at developing on the Texas side, that you would be able to, and actually, State Line is no man's land, that they both of them, I think both of them stop, so you have to run across the line. But anyway, that needs to be considered if we're gonna be unified in that way. So you could walk from one side to the other.
I know Texas was concerned about it when we first originally brought it up. They were kind of waiting on our decision from the people I talked to.
I believe it should be, you should be able to flow from their entertainment district into our entertainment district.
Are there any state laws that address that?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. But again, walking around the entertainment district with a drink that was purchased from a bar or restaurant is completely different. Now, I don't know the parameters of their entertainment district, but right, but I don't think there's any liquor stores in their entertainment district.
No, but there's Lucille's and there's some other
Right, but you would get that from a cup, or, I mean, you know,
But they brought it in to the park.
yeah, I understand that, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But this just solves an immediate issue that TAPD is,
This was meant as
brought
a
to the-
starting point.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
What
All right.
what actually takes place at the cutoff at 12 a.m.? What goes into play at that time? What rules are going to be enforced? What's going to change? No outside drinking. So everything else is still just exactly the way it was, just no outside drinking?
Well, right now it
Unless you're
closes,
part of that bar or that venue. Okay.
Any other discussion?
Just got a brief question. And Chief, what I understand, this is just at the beginning of the plan of execution to enforce this. That's something we'll be working out in the future, right? All right.
Any other discussion? If not, I would instruct the city attorney to read the ordinance on its first reading in title form.
an ordinance amending ordinance number 20-2019 to revise operating parameters for the entertainment district and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its first reading. Desire to have it read on its second reading tonight.
Second reading, abbreviated form.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Do we not need to resolve some of these issues?
What issues is that?
The cold weather has it shut down anyway, so it's nothing going on, there's no emergency here.
Desire to have it read on its second reading.
Second reading,
We
abbreviated.
got a motion and a second. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor, Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollibush? Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
No.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 20-2019 to revise operating parameters for the entertainment district and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its second reading. Desire to have it read on its third and final reading.
Third reading, abbreviated form.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to have it read on its third and final reading. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollibush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
No.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 20-2019 to revise operating parameters for the entertainment district and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its third and final reading. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt. Prior to the board voting to adopt this particular ordinance, is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Cody?
I would just like to say one thing, when y'all put that out to the citizens, can y'all word that to where it doesn't scare the public? Because I know it's gonna come out, they're gonna see 12 a.m., they think automatically, well, they're done, they gotta go home. So when y'all put that out, can y'all just make sure you emphasize that it doesn't shut down at midnight, that it's still open till 2 a.m. or whatever, so we don't. We'll make a post on our TV Facebook.
And
My-
the officers that are working the downtown entertainment district, they're not gonna start running people off at midnight.
Right.
We are gonna tell people with alcohol downtown outside, that they need to go inside to drink till the bars close.
And with one caveat to that, we can't control what the media puts out. So,
I know what we can put out.
yeah. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollibush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes. And the ordinance is adopted. The police department has asked for a emergency clause. What would be the desire?
Motion to attach emergency clause.
Second.
So motion and second to attach emergency clause. Any other discussion?
I have one question about that. We are in the colder months, so there's a lot less activity down there than there would be if it was nicer out. Would a 30-day period and not doing the emergency clause, would that give us an opportunity to educate people as they're coming into the entertainment district?
We'll educate them through our Facebook and also one-on-one with each person we come in contact with downtown.
enforce it immediately, as in, they're gonna get warnings.
Okay.
So, mercy clause, yes, but in the meantime, we'll give warnings until everybody is, 30 days. Everybody's
Okay.
aware of
I
that.
just want to make sure that we're not going out there
No, no.
tomorrow
I think one of
and
the-
writing tickets left and right for people not knowing that the law has changed.
I think one of the most important things is that we're now have in this ordinance that you cannot bring alcohol in from an outside source. And that has been a problem from the get-go and should have been in here in the beginning. So that gives us an opportunity to enforce that to help them immediately. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
No.
Director Hollybush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
No.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, and the emergency clause is attached. That is our last item on the agenda. We move into Board of Directors' commentary. Is there any board member that wishes to address the board tonight?
Yes, I have a
Director
comment.
Brewer.
Council, I need your help on something. This is in regard to the consent agenda number 5, the rules of order. I wanted to, for the record, I voted yes, but I want to rescind my vote to no. Do I have to make a motion to reconsider my vote for the record that,
Yeah, I
for
don't
no,
think so.
or not?
I don't think you can do that.
All right.
It's already passed.
All right, just want to make sure, because I had to change your heart on that.
Yes.
I got one thing, and this relates to Gary. When is the billing gonna get straightened out in TWU? I'm getting chewed out by some of my constituents over their water bill. And
What in particular? I need a little more information to answer that.
well, like what particulars? The bill?
Yeah, what-
Way high.
Okay. Well, the rates went up rough. I looked at one customer today because I was expecting a lady here tonight to complain to the board that we've been dealing with.
No.
The rates went from October of '24 to October '25.
Uh-huh.
For the typical usage in a residential customer in Arkansas is 5,000 gallons a month.
Yeah.
That's what it was when we did the rate study 22. Now we got these new meters that are more accurate. To give you an example, the lady that we've been talking to, a 3-inch meter, when we tested them last year, the average percent was 83% accurate. These new meters are 98.5 and above accurate. That's why our bill's gone up so much, which also that average of 5,000 gallons a month is going up because we ain't been catching it all. So the main, and then as far as from last to this year, the rates, they only went up about 4.5%. It's the usage because of these more accurate meters. Now, we did have a problem with the meters that were in our system that were over 10 years old. The digits, the software for reading and software for billing, they didn't interact. And so we missed some. We corrected all that. That's all been fixed. So there's some people, depending on if it dropped it in the front, got a lower bill. If it dropped it in the back, got a higher bill. We fixed all that with no charges. We even made payment plans if they want to pay it out, instead of that 1 month. Those are the only issues I know of. But the biggest issue we get complained on is what we brought to the board, going with these new meters. They're a whole lot more accurate. Bills are going to go up because we've been losing revenue. We're trying to get that revenue for the city by having these accurate meters. But other than that, I don't know of anything, Director Jewell.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, like $700 and $800 a month after month, and y'all corrected down to $300 and
Yes, sir. When this first started in each area, there were some issues with the software, but my understanding that that's been corrected. I don't know of any other ones that have been, we did have quite a few that came in, that it was just a error with our learning and getting the software.
And I guess you see all the comments on Facebook, right?
No, sir, I don't read Facebook.
Do your people
I get the phone calls.
Do your people read Facebook?
Sir?
Do your employees read Facebook?
I don't ask, I don't know. But I promise you, I get plenty of calls every day since
The
this
cheers
project
and
started.
jeers, it's not too many cheers, if you get my meaning.
Now, like I say, the meters, since I've been here, we've never been a program to replace meters. They're only active for so long,
Okay.
and that's what we're doing
Well,
with this
I'm going to
system.
give you one example.
Okay?
My insurance billing, that I operate about 1 day a week. I'm there. There's nothing that runs there. I have no leaks. I flush the toilet probably 30 times a month, maybe. That's the only water usage. The bill's $250-something a month. Of course, that's sewer and stuff too. I mean, that's garbage trash too, but that's higher than what it was when I was operating, practically. So I don't
I mean, to
understand.
answer your question, whether you have a leak or not, I don't know. We can come
I
out
don't
there.
have a leak.
Well, we can verify that. We can look at your meter and tell you.
I mean, that's the refrain I get from every time, every.
Director, all you got to call, you call,
Oh,
I'll send our guy out there, we'll look at it with you there. We're not trying to hide anything or take any money. If there's been errors, it's going to happen. Any type of, like you said, a big project, there's going to be issues. We're getting through those, trying to resolve them. But to answer your question, I don't know without sending our guy out there to look at your meter. I don't know. You can have a running toilet. I'll give you a prime example. When I first built my house, after 6 months in there, my bill tripled. I came in saying, hey, there's something wrong. I had a running toilet. And I argued and said, no, I don't. But as soon as you put your blue tablets in second, I mean, there's issues, but we can look at those with you. We ask the customers, call us. We'll come out there. We're not hiding. We're not trying to do anything. We pay the same water bill everybody else does.
I had the same issue at my house and.
Then we'll come and look at your house. All you do is call me and we'll send someone to look at it.
We had no leak. We put all the stuff, but they corrected.
Well, the meters have a leak detector that we can look at with you and you can look at with us and see.
But it's just it's the jeers, and the complaints that I'm getting and stuff, and I'm just hoping that it gets corrected in the near future. And what I'm hearing from you, it is getting corrected.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
But I do, if you'll tell your constituents, if they'll call, they can call me, they can call customer service manager. We'll send someone out every time to look at it. This is a new process, so
Well,
there's going to be some problems.
And I agree with, I've called, and it has been taken care of, but that's kind of my issue. It's taken care of.
Yes, sir.
And every one of them, except for one, which they did have a leak, they have been taken care of, but that's the issue. It's having the issue of, it's having to be taken care of.
Right, and like I said, it's a new project for all of us. There's things to work through to get through, and that's what we are doing. And I can bet you there's going to be some more, but we're doing our best to work through them and get it fixed. When the system's done, once everything's in and it's been turned over to the city, to the utility, then that portal will be there. And any citizen that wants to sign on can sign on to that, and they can go, it reads your meter 3 times a day. And they can go in there and they can look and they can set alarms, saying if I go over 2,000 gallons, hit an alarm, let me know, hey, I'm going 2,000. Or if I go over 20 gallons a minute this day, you can set any alarm you want. And then they can go in there and they can literally watch it. And right now, only we have, our customer service managers can access it for people that's got that. And that's really helped a lot because we'll take it and we'll email them that copy and then they can look, oh, crap, I left my water hose on or something. Now, there's been a couple that's been our mistake and we fixed those. But when that portal comes up, I think that's going to solve a whole lot and give a whole lot of control to the customers. That was the main reason we went with this, is for the lost revenue for the city and to help improve relations with the customers. We have a bad name. Some of it's due, some of it's not, But I can promise you, if they'll call, we'll come out. We're not going to turn anybody down. We're not here to hide anything.
Well, I appreciate you being here tonight.
Yes, sir.
I've been wanting to pick on you for the last few weeks.
You come by my office anytime, Director Joe.
Any other board commentary?
I got a question.
Okay.
I guess to the city manager or to Ms. Jamie, I know last year, I had requests, I thought about having a workshop on different type of housing, but it never had been happening. We was gonna do it one night, but one meeting went too long, and Wednesday gonna come forward about different type of housing. Remember when you had that, house done over there on, Ferguson Street,
The container home?
that container home? I was asking for a workshop for different other type of housing could be done in the city, housing units.
I'll get with Jamie and see if that's been talked about anymore. See about scheduling a workshop.
Okay, well, I stopped, do I have to put something in writing or
No.
actual request?
No, sir.
That's supposed to have been happening last year, but, no, I haven't forgot about it, so who's?
I'll get with Tyler and we'll get a date.
Okay, and then my other issue concern, I guess the reason why I didn't vote for that procedure order is because I still think that item that's on on there in section B as to why a board member got to jump through hoops to get something on the agenda. Meaning that as a board member, if you put something on the agenda, and if the city manager say no to it, I got to go get another, city council member with a workshop to get that approved before they get on the agenda. I would think since I'm up here, was elected by the people, I think I should be able to put anything on the agenda and then let the council make that determination as to whether they should approve it or not. Like I said, I don't think I need to be jumping through hoops due to the city manager, and like I said, this was put in place back in 2017, so that's when it was, in July of 2017, so that's how long this been on the agenda, even though it was brought forward before this governing body to change it, but none of y'all agreed to change the item on that, so even though, Mr. Jewell, you stated at one time, I could be able to put something on the agenda and you would automatically approve it, but that came true into about the bond issue, about voting the money up, so your opinion on that changed, so. And then my next item is that bridge down there on Seaver Street. When is that, no, I'm still getting concerned about it, and I know you're saying that's up under the highway control or thing, so what's the status of that, and when is that gonna ever, when they ever gonna do a study or something, or when is that gonna get done? Because that's one of the most comments I get about that, why is the city blocking the street out on Seaver Street?
The bridge is, it's not per se under control of RDOT. RDOT did force us to shut the bridge down due to the condition. They are also providing a grant to replace that bridge. I can't affect how quickly they move. I've reached out to Mr. Siskowski, who's that program head, and I have not received an update from him, but the second I receive an update, I will get that information to you. I am looking into and also asked him about the possibility of some temporary measures to get it opened back up for the meantime.
Yeah.
But that's going to be, I'm going to guess, a few $100,000, if not $500,000 project. And it's not something that the city would be able to fund right now.
What about just putting a big pipe up through there, a big concrete pipe through there? That way the water still can flow. I'm not an engineer, but if you put a big, I don't know what size you can get, but the biggest one you can put up under there, that way the water can flow through. So if a car go down through there, if you think the car gonna fall through or something, at least it ain't gonna fall by the weight of that big round concrete pipe that you can put through there. Then it won't stop the water from flowing, you know. Like I said, I'm not an engineer, but I think that would be one way to solve that issue until RDOT or whoever decides to do something about it. So,
To put a concrete pipe in there large enough to get vehicles across, you'd still be talking about $100,000 just for that temporary measure. Now, I am exploring other options, possibly a tank, we can get some tank cars fairly cheap if they're still available. I'm looking into that. It's a matter of if it'll support enough flow in that creek, and what it costs. But I am exploring some alternatives to at least give temporary access.
okay, that's all right.
Any other board commentary? Yes, yeah.
Sorry, I won't hold your time, but, per Director Jewell, it has been an issue. Please, anybody in your ward you have trouble, if y'all call me or have them call, then we'll come out and check. 'Cause it's a learning process. There's issues when doing the swap over, but we'll come out and check it out and verify. We'll verify with the customer. We'll meet on their time. If they can't be there till 6 o'clock tonight, we'll come out to 6 o'clock tonight and take a look at the meter with them and see what the issue is. Sometimes it might be us, and sometimes it's just meter. I don't know, but we'll look at anybody. I just want to make that clear. I hope I didn't come across wrong. I wasn't trying to. We'll look at anything with anybody because this is a learning curve and it has been a problem on both sides.
Appreciate it, Gary.
And Gary, I know your staff has been, there's a couple of people I know that had to have payment plans, and they have been very accommodating to the ones that, in my ward, that have talked to them. I mean, they told them this is what we can pay, and they have worked with them. And so I appreciate that, and
Thank
I
you.
haven't heard anything difficult that they're trying, because it's new for everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we anticipated, because the new meters are a lot more accurate, and so we knew they were going to go up, and we knew we were going to get a lot of calls, but we have no trouble in going out and verifying with anybody. We want them to trust us. We're not trying to hide anything, and we'll show anybody anything, All right, thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Any other board commentary? Tyler, you have anything today?
No, sir, I do not.
At this time, we will adjourn into executive session for a couple of appointments to our Historic District Commission. We'll have to excuse all guests. Does anybody have any issues with these two appointments? At this time, I would instruct the city attorney to read the resolution with the appointments to the Historic District Commission.
Whereas two positions on the Historic District Commission will become vacant on January 17, 2026, and whereas it is necessary that reappointments be made to fill the vacant positions. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the following reappointments to the Historic District Commission are hereby approved. Applicant Jeff Brown, term January 17, 2026 to 2029. Michael Hendricks, January 17, 2026 to 2029. Pass and approve this 5th day of January, 2026.
City attorney's read the resolution, desire of the board.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Let's have a motion and a second to adopt. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, the resolution passes. Also, at this time, I just remind the board and the citizens that our next meeting date will be on Tuesday, January 20th, due to the holiday, federal holiday on Monday, January 19th. Any other discussion? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion for adjournment.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Could you call the roll?
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Director Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, we're adjourned.